My daughter came home and asked, "Mommy, why does my skin make people think we're poor?" My daughter Aaliyah is one of 3 black kids in her grade at this private school. Her 4th grade teacher, Mrs. Silber, made it clear from day 1 that being black meant being invisible. I make more in a month than she probably makes in 6, but Mrs. Silber saw a mother without designer labels and made her assumptions. The first sign came during the 2nd week of school. Aaliyah came home and said her desk wobbled so bad she couldn't write without her paper sliding. I went to parent night and saw it myself. The front row had brand new desks with built-in cubbies. The back corner, where Aaliyah and the 2 other black students sat, had desks with chipped paint and duct-taped legs. I asked Mrs. Silber about it. She looked me up and down slowly, then smiled. "We work with what we have. I know certain families have different circumstances." I wanted to say something, but my husband squeezed my hand. On the drive home, he asked me to let it go. Aaliyah was finally making friends. He didn't want to make waves, so I stayed quiet. The next month, the school handed out supplies for an art project. The front row kids got brand new paint sets. Aaliyah got a box of dried out markers and broken crayons with a sticky note that said, "Donated supplies." She tried to make it work, but her project looked nothing like the others. Mrs. Silber held up the front row paintings and called them exceptional. She held up Aaliyah's and said in front of everyone, "This is a good effort for someone working with limited resources." My daughter came home and asked, "Mommy, why does my skin make people think we're poor?" I was furious and started to call the principal, but Aaliyah begged me not to. She said if I complained, the other kids would treat her worse. So I stayed quiet again. It got worse. During the spring field trip, the permission slip said, "Bring your own lunch." I packed Aaliyah a sandwich, apple, and homemade cookies. She came home wearing an adult shirt with her own clothes in a bag. She was crying as she explained that when she got to school, Mrs. Silber announced that the families had arranged catered lunches for select students. The other kids got pizza and cupcakes delivered to their seats at the front of the bus. Aaliyah and the other 2 black kids sat in the back with their packed lunches. Aaliyah says she tried to stand up and ask why things were unfair. A little girl asked loudly why the scholarship kids couldn't just be happy they got to come at all. Then Mrs. Silber walked to the back of the bus, looked directly at my daughter and said, "Aaliyah, you should be grateful for this opportunity. Not everyone is lucky enough to be included." The same little girl poured her grape juice all over my daughter's nice outfit. All the kids laughed. Mrs. Silber saw it happen and did nothing. The bus driver gave Aaliyah his gym shirt to wear so she wouldn't catch a cold. That night, Aaliyah asked me why being black meant she had to be grateful just to exist in the same room as everyone else. My husband held her while she cried. Then he looked at me and said, "Okay, I agree. Let's do something." I already knew exactly what I was going to do. The teacher appreciation event was 2 weeks away. Every year, parents brought gifts for teachers who made a difference. I spent the week preparing. For the art teacher who always slipped Aaliyah new supplies from her own personal stash, I wrapped a designer candle set with her favorite scents. For the bus driver who gave Aaliyah his shirt, I got a premium gift basket. For the librarian who let Aaliyah eat lunch in the library when the cafeteria got too painful, I wrapped an expensive journal set. Then I went to the thrift store and found the best gift for Mrs. Silber. I wrapped it up beautifully with expensive wrapping paper and an elegant gold bow. The appreciation event was packed with parents and gift bags. I walked in wearing designer heels and carrying my Hermes bag. Mrs. Silber's eyes went wide the second she saw me. I made my rounds first. The art teacher teared up at her gift. The bus driver tried to refuse his because it was too generous. The librarian hugged me. Then I walked over to Mrs. Silber. She was surrounded by donor parents handing her spa gift cards and wine baskets. She watched me approach with this confused look, like she was recalculating everything she thought she knew. I handed her the beautifully wrapped box. "I put a lot of thought into this one," I said. She opened it in front of everyone and pulled out a used coffee mug with a faded "World's Best Teacher" logo. I didn't bother to wash it. Also inside was a half-used candle that smelled like mildew. Mrs. Silber's hands started shaking. "What is this?" she finally managed. I kept my voice light and pleasant. "I thought you believed in working with what we have. Some families have different circumstances, right?" Every parent in that circle was staring. Mrs. Silber opened her mouth to say something, but nothing came out. She just stood there, holding that chipped mug, looking exactly like what she was, used and broken. Aaliyah tugged my sleeve and said loud enough for everyone to hear. At least hers didn't have a sticky note that said "Donated."